And so interestingly, now that wasn't part of the program, but that's great for you to be able to see that sometimes we have inconsistencies. And so we all have to make sure that we're watching to start together with a nice count in. We all have to make sure that we're listening to our neighbor. So that's just real life, that we practice that to get better at that every time. Now, after we have these techniques that are down with the first couple of notes, okay, we like to learn different notes. And so that requires for a lot of us using many, many different fingerings and making sure that we're lining it up with our tongue or our air or the sound that we're putting on our instrument. So now we're going to demonstrate playing multiple notes within the same exercise. So here is that. So, you can see that through each one of these exercises, we're starting to get a little less technical and a little more musical. And that's the whole point of this, is to teach the students everything that they need to know from a technical standpoint with their instrument so that we can start creating music. And so, once the students have learned enough notes, they're able to put them together and play what we call a melody. And a melody in music is something that is very common, that everybody knows. So if we were all to sing Jingle Bells right now, give it a try. Right, so we know that one, right? That's a melody that everybody knows. Once we have enough notes, we can start to create what sounds like a melody and what sounds like a nice little simple song. And so we are going to demonstrate that right now. Alrighty, so that obviously sounds a lot more musical than the first thing we played, which was just one note altogether. Now we're actually creating music, which is very, very exciting. So, what we're going to do now, for our final piece that the fourth grade is going to play for you tonight, we're going to play something that's very, very recognizable. Okay? Now I'm not going to play it I'm not going to tell you what the title is, because the whole point of that is to show how the students can learn to play the correct notes, to play something that sounds musical and fantastic. And so, before we play our final piece, I do want to mention a couple things. Because band only meets either once or twice a week throughout a given period of time, I am fortunate enough to have a wonderful team of staff that works with me throughout the week, as it would be kind of hard for me to do everything by myself. And so I've got a couple staff members here tonight, not everybody, but I just want to thank my woodwinds teacher who teaches the clarinets and saxophones, which is Miss German, right over there. I want to thank Mr. Tim Jones, who is another one of our brass instructors, right over there. And then I have two others that are not here tonight. Miss Debbie John, who teaches our flutes here, and then as well as, yeah, we can go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. And then as well as Mr. Dave Burnett, who teaches our percussion in the back. So again, I am forever grateful for this team of staff. They help us support everything that you see in front of you today, and I would not be able to do it without them. So thank you for that. And then finally, I want to thank, obviously, everybody here, the parents, guardians, families. A lot of the progress for bands depends on practicing at home, and so I just want to say thank you for your encouragement and your support throughout this process. It's a wonderful opportunity to watch students grow through playing an instrument and practicing, and so it couldn't be possible without your support, so I just want to say thank you for that. So I am very, very proud of these students again for the time. I'm very, very proud of these students and what they've accomplished, again, in about only 3 months. So, without further ado, this final piece, as I said, very recognizable melody. Not going to tell you what it is, because if they play the right notes, you'll be able to know what it is. So, here is the 4th grade band.